Well, hello and welcome back to the Jyske Bank Boxing Arena in Herning, and live coverage of the 2014 Men's European Handball Championships in Denmark. Paul Bray here with you for this main round match in Group 1 between defending champions Denmark and world champions Spain. The home team arriving there, Anders Eggert amongst them, reintegrated into the team after his injury, going past the camera. That's good news for Denmark, and here their opponents for the evening, the world champions, Spain. Stayed at the hotel until fairly late, not wanting to be disturbed by the noise in the arena for what will be a hugely partisan crowd. And there is Manolo Cardenas, the new coach of the team since the World Championships. Looking chilled. Moros with his headphones on always tries to keep quiet. Thomas, the winger. Sarmiento. So back here in an absolutely packed arena, we are ready as European champions prepared to take on world champions. Well, earlier today, Hungary beat Macedonia 31-25 in the opening match in Group 1. While Iceland brushed Austria aside 33-27. It leaves the table looking like this, with Spain and Denmark top of the group, having won their respective groups with maximum points. And so whoever wins here today, well, they will pretty much have one foot in the semi-finals already. So the 4 groups of 4 have now become 2 groups of 6. This one based in Herning. The top 2 teams will go through to the semi-final, with the winner of each group playing the runner-up in the other group. Absolutely packed, 14,000 here. They're trying to introduce the Spanish team.
Number 12, Jose Manuel Silva. Number 15, Cristiano Galde. 19, Juan Andreu. 21, Johan Canellas.
Well, the announcer struggling to make himself heard in the arena.
25,
The few Spanish fans here
26,
shouted out by the Danish fans who are trying to make it as hard as possible. Look at the crowd, absolutely fabulous here. It's going to be a wonderful atmosphere, as it has been for all Denmark's games. So that's the players, and there is Manolo Cardenas, who replaced Valero Rivera, who's gone off to Qatar since winning the World Championships last year. Big shoes to fill, and now Denmark. Well, a huge cheer for the big star Mikael Hansen, but also for Anders Eggert, who's been injured and is back in the squad for his first game here at Euro 2014. Coach briefly introduced Ulrik Wilbæk. There he is. He'll be stepping down in July. Icelandic coach Gudmundur Gudmundsson will be taking over from him, but hoping to win one more title to add to his illustrious career.
Ladies and gentlemen,
table officials being introduced now, and now it's time for the anthems, starting with Denmark. Well, Ulrich Wilbeck, the coach, said before today's game that they're going to need the crowd here. It's going to be a tough one. Well, they've responded here, singing the anthem a cappella, and now Spain. Well, a very focused-looking Spanish team here. They know they've got their work cut out with 14,000 fans in the arena here, predominantly supporting the Danish home nation, of course. The teams wheel round for the customary shaking of hands. So for Denmark, well, they made the change, of course, of bringing the recovered left winger Eggert into the team at the expense of local boy, though, Nudisbo. Left back Hansen continues to be the one to look out for there with 17 goals and 23 assists. And the winger, well, Lindberg on the right wing has been very effective. Well, there is Anders Eggert returning, the 31-year-old who plays for Flensburg in Germany, who scored 444 internationals for Denmark in 117 appearances. He was part of the European Championship winning side 2 years ago. 10 of them remain from that team. For Spain, well, 11 players remain from their World Championship winning team, but goalkeeper Stervik not amongst them after picking up an injury in their warm-up games. Line player Aguinagalde is still not fit. They hope to get him back fairly soon. But Andrew has deputized very well on the line, and look out for their wingers, Rojas and Thomas, hugely effective. Cañelas, though, the 27-year-old who plays in Germany for Hamburg, 16 goals so far in the competition, a 67% success rate. He scored 207 in total for his country in 87 internationals. For Ulrich Wilbeck, the only coach ever to have won the World Championship with men and women, coached the Danish women's team and then retired, and eventually, when things weren't going well for the men, got called back, and he has taken them to very lofty heights. Referees then from Serbia, Nenad Nikolic and Dusan Stojkovic. They're going to have to stay on the ball here today because the pressure's going to be on them from the crowd to give the calls Denmark's way. Pressure game coming up. And we're just about ready to get things underway. There is Nudisbo, the local boy from Herning, and a big cheer from the crowd. So sad he got dropped out of the team. So here we go then in Herning, and Spain in the red tops and blue shorts throw off, playing from left to right. Denmark in the traditional white tops and red shorts. Denmark, of course, looking to avenge that catastrophic World Championship final last year in Barcelona when Spain won 35-19. One of the most one-sided finals ever. There's little doubt it was an aberration, and Denmark, smarting from the defeat, have been desperate to play Spain again and show what they really can do. And that's a penalty. Saved by Landin, but Sarmiento fouled as he tried to get free. It'll almost certainly be one of the right wingers, Thomas or Rojas, who will step up, and it's going to be Thomas. Scored 2 from 4 so far in the competition. Nicely done. Little broken wrist shot. And as Landin goes over, he puts it to the other side, but just under his armpit.
Are you here, people? Let's see you.
So first attack for Denmark, the customary handshake, or rather you just touch fish because there's so much resin on your hand, you're gonna lose that otherwise. Spain start with a 5-1 and Denmark equalise very quickly, courtesy of Mads Christiansen. 27-year-old from Bjerringbro puts the ball between the legs of Sierra, the Spanish goalkeeper. And of course, before the World Championship final in Barcelona last year, that bizarre game, Denmark had actually won the 5 previous encounters, including a preliminary round win at the London Olympics and the semi-final at the European Championships 2 years ago, 25-24. And before that, semi-final of the World Championships in 2011. But the odds suddenly turned in Spain's favour in Barcelona last year. Denmark seemed to have just stayed in the changing room mentally in that game. It went wrong from start to finish, and no one could explain it at the end, not even the coach. So it's time to get their own back, but where was the defence? Luckily for them, Landin spares their blushes with a great save, the Danish captain. So they've started with Mats Mensah Larsen in the centre, but it's Klaus Thomsen from Team Twist Holstebro who puts Denmark in front. So Sarmiento starts for the first time for Spain in this competition. Cañelas on the far side, Makeda at right back. There's the goal again. Underneath the keeper, coolly taken by the 27-year-old, a newcomer to the Danish team. And Denmark beaten again, this time by Gideon Guardiola. Starting on the line for Spain. And Mats Mensah has got himself a yellow card in the process. 3 minutes played then, 2-2 here. Mikkel Hansen at left back. Eggert has started after coming back from injury, an injury picked up in a warm-up game just the week before it all started, and Hansen all the way through. Not being used in defence, Hansen changing with Klaus Thomsen. Lovely wrist work by the player. Implies his trade for Paris Saint-Germain, France now, after spell in Barcelona and AG Copenhagen in the middle before they went bankrupt and disappeared all of a sudden, leading him to go to Paris. Sarmiento fouled, comes back for the free throw. Also interesting that Guardiola starts today on the line. And that's much to do with the fact that Aguinagalde, who was in the all-star team at the World Championships last year, is still injured, although they hope to have him back maybe for the next game. And a yellow card now for René Toft Hansen. That's 2 in the Danish team now. Mats Mensah the other one. 4.5 minutes played. Denmark with a narrow 3-goal lead here in this crunch game. Oh, Sarmiento again. It's saved by Landin, but it's another penalty. Klaus Thomsen couldn't hold him, and Sarmiento powers for the Barcelona playmaker. So he seems to be heading off. And Thomas steps up for the second time to the 7-meter line. Scores with little difficulty past Landin. He's actually got a good record on penalties. He's saved 3 from 8 so far.
Goal by Spain's number 8, Victor Thomas.
So the Danish captain can do nothing about that. 25-year-old plays for Rhein-Neckar Löwen in Germany, where ironically the current coach Gudmundsson will be the new national team coach from July. Mats Larsen blocked. Well picked up by Toft Hansen. That's Larsen again. Larsen, who plays for Aalborg. One of the group preliminary groups who's played. Mikkel Hansen looks for the line. There's nothing there. Puts the ball across, but he was trying to find Christiansen. He goes way out of play. Quick substitution for Klaus Thomsen to go in defence. And still cursing that. Denmark have had a good build-up here. They played in the Golden League tournament in Paris and Le Mans. Wins against Norway and France, and then a draw against Qatar. Qatar, who now boast quite a number of ex-European players, so to speak, in their lineup. Oh, Landin dropping down and just deflected the ball upwards from Sarmiento into his own goal. Mikkel Hansen tries to go through. Free throw. Makeda seems to think that was an attacking foul. Spanish number 5, who plays for Nantes in France, gets up, and there's Sarmiento, 30-year-old playmaker. Well, a fantastic atmosphere here in the Jyske Bank Boxen Arena. Well, they are marking Hansen very closely indeed. It's good defending by Spain. That's one of their strong points. But this time they couldn't hold it off. Even the whole bench standing up. Long range shot, and again Landin goes the wrong way. And it's scored by Juan Cañelas. A bit of time wasting going on was that. I'm not quite sure what went on there. There's the goal by Cañelas. And he's allowed to get in far too close. And Ugalde's picked himself up a yellow card. So for Wilbeck at the moment, well, they trail by just one. It's very tight, but Spain defending very well, as we knew they would. Probably one of the best defensive sides in the competition. And they're forcing the Danes a long way back in their build-up, but the Danes will get in behind that front defender. That's good play! And Lindberg saved by Sierra, but it's gone for a throw-in to Denmark. Lindberg, who's got a very enviable 73% success rate on his shooting, with 11 goals so far. Ironically, it's on penalties where he's suffered in this competition, and there is Sierra. 43% save rate in the competition for the Spanish keeper, who ironically plays alongside Mikkel Hansen, his opponent here today in the Paris Saint-Germain team. And Spain's number 26 also with the Paris team, Antonio Garcia. Hansen, Mats Larsen, and again trying to get Hansen free, but he's so closely marked. Thomas sticking to him. Toft Hansen, brilliant play. 29-year-old who plays for German champions Kiel, powers away. He was under a lot of scrutiny from Makeda, all 105 kilos of him, but breaks away and levels the score. It's 5-all. Makeda picks up a yellow card in the process for holding on Toft Hansen. Shooting efficiency very high on both sides. 83% for Spain, remarkable, but 71 for Denmark. That's very high as well. Fair to say that it hasn't been the goalkeepers' day. Both of them on the same ratio. One save from 6, 17% only. That's very low. So the Danish defence also holding well here. Long range shot, that's a good save, second one of the game. Well, ironically, Thomas tried to put it back in play, and all he did in the end was to smack it straight back into the hands of Larsen. And so Denmark on the attack once more. 9.5 minutes played. Landin's second save. Awkward bounce. So at the front, Ugalde trying to push the Danes back. Eggert goes in as an extra line player. Hansen pushed off the court. Tests with Toft Hansen. Bounce pass through the keeper. That'll do. Mats Christiansen's second. Misread by Jose Manuel Sierra, and Wilbeck celebrates. 2 goals without reply. They've stolen the ball again. Larsen looks up for support, decides to put the ball back instead. But they're trying to keep the momentum going as Toft Hansen goes in on the line. Look at the crowd here. What an atmosphere to play in. 14,000 people. You couldn't fit anyone else in. They've all got to breathe in just to fit in. Larsen, Hansen staying wide at the moment. And Ugalde making it very difficult at the front. He's got away nearly. They all say too many steps, but he was held all the way. It was never going to be anything else but a free throw. Cañelas jumping into him as Ugalde tries to close in. Moros, the defense specialist for Spain, comes in. Fantastic goal. Right up in the corner. Sierra would have needed arm extensions to reach that one. Clips the underside of the bar and stays in. And Hansen scores against his club teammate Sierra. Team timeout called by Spain. Cadenas as they go 2 down. So a 5-4 lead for Spain has become a 5-7 deficit. 3 goals in succession. And there's little doubt that whoever wins this will be looking in good shape for a semi-final place. The other team will be vulnerable to the teams coming up below them, Iceland and Hungary on 3 points, just 1 behind and battling away. And no one knows this more than Denmark, who went into the main round 2 years ago in Serbia, looking in very poor shape near the bottom of the table. Had to win every match to go through to the semi-final. They did. Not only that, but they beat Spain on the way as well in the semi-final and then won the final against the host nation, Serbia. Ulrich Wilbeck, one of the greatest coaches of all time. So for the captain Landin, not a great start, 2 from 7, but that said, Spain are shooting very economically. And his defence have left him with this kind of headache, but he's pulled it out when he's had to. Twice against Sarmiento. Landin, who plays for Rhein-Neckar Löwen, had to take over the mantle of #1 keeper for Denmark from the legendary Kasper Hvidt, who retired after the European Championships 4 years ago, and he's done a great job. Makeda went in too early, comes back again. Cañelas trying to follow behind him, but it's untidy. They've won the free throw nevertheless. Makeda up the post. Eggert picks up the loose ball. They've got to move it up quick now. Spain very quick to get back in defence. Denmark love a fast break, but the Spaniards don't give them too many opportunities, and a second unforced error in the first half. Ugalde cuts back inside. Good defence. Hansen got across. And for that matter, Guardiola didn't help because he came across and got in his way. He should have been pulling back instead. He was trying to put the block on Hansen, but instead ended up in front of the winger. So Mikkel Hansen has picked up a yellow card, and no goal for 5 minutes for Spain, who've conceded a 3-0 during that time. Hansen going off for the defence substitution. Thompson coming in. Into the wing, big space. Went past Eggert. Thomas scores, and sportingly, his teammate Rojas, who plays in the same position, the first to stand up and applaud. 3 from 3 for the Barcelona winger. 13 minutes played then, and Spain finally get started after a 5-minute break in scoring. Still, though, they trail by 1 against the host nation and defending champions Denmark. Hansen looks for the line. There's 2 on the line and no one for him to pass to. And Spain are going to make them work hard for everything. That's beautiful. Mats Larsen. '22-year-old launches long-range effort. 55 goals in his international career and 23 internationals for Denmark. So change the goalkeeper for Spain. And Perez de Vargas has gone in. Free throw's been given for Spain, the foul on Makeda. Toft Hansen not arguing. Well, no surprise with the Spanish change of keeper, Sierra making just one save from 9 shots so far. Oh, brilliant! Oh, is it just the shoe that's come off, or has he got a problem? Garcia stayed down. Oh, well, he can't touch it. That's double dribble. He knew it. He was just trying to stop the Danes from getting a quick fast break back again. Let's have a look again. Garcia scores. I think it's just his shoe came off. For a moment, it looked like he was reaching down to his Achilles tendon. Still, though, Denmark lead 8-7. So into the fray for Denmark comes Thomas Mogensen, 30-year-old who plays for Flensburg in Germany. One of their veterans, past the 100-cap mark. Stolen, unfairly, say the referees. It's a free throw for Hansen. Ugalde remonstrates with the referee, but he was right there. So midway through the first half, Denmark 1 goal ahead of Spain in this top of the table clash as Mogensen looks for options. Lindberg's gone in on the line. Ah, brilliant. Well, first taste of the ball for Perez de Vargas, and all it is a draft. Ball goes straight past him. 9-7 to Denmark. Sarmiento back in the fray again as now Maqueda's being individually marked. There it is. Sarmiento into the wing. No luck there. It's Garcia now at left back trying to go through. He's done it through the keeper. Christiansen couldn't hold him. And second goal for the 29-year-old. Paris Saint-Germain back player, and Lindberg's picked up the loose ball. Cardenas thought that he was sitting on it, but there you go. So Mogensen in the centre, 234 goals for Denmark, the number 2, and some 100 internationals for his country, and they come off. For Eggert, well, it's nice for him to get back in the play after his calf injury in the Paris tournament. But Ulrik Wilbek just needs a quick timeout. Calm instructions now, but he can certainly get worked up when he needs to. Well, after they lost their World Championship final last year to Spain with that aberration of a result, Secretary General of the Danish Handball Federation immediately said afterwards, Morten Stig Christiansen, give us Spain in the final at the European Championships on home soil next year, and we'll show you what the match should have looked like. Well, they're meeting them a little bit earlier than planned, and at the moment it's tight, but Denmark are just in front, 9-8. Well, I think we all understand that one. A little bit of frustration for Manolo Cardenas. There's Hansen at work. Hansen, former World Player of the Year. He really is a class act. 26 years of age, over 500 goals for Denmark in 103 internationals before arriving here. So play resumes, and Spaniards have decided to give up on the 5-1. They go back to 6-0, although still Entre Rios, the captain, who's come on now, number 9 for Spain, pushing up deep on Hansen. Good save by Perez de Vargas. No luck for Mogensen, and back come the Spaniards. Looking for the line, and that's a penalty. And Rojas, who's just replaced Thomas on the wing, straight into the fray. The pass into him by Moros, the defense specialist, still on court. Well, was he really in a shooting position? So with the penalty given, it's Rivera who takes it. Off the post, and Lindberg picks up the loose ball. Well, Rivera has not had a happy time. 1 from 3 penalties only in the competition so far for the left winger. He too has just come on to replace Ugalde as Spain rearrange both defense and attack. Goalkeeper efficiency, well, Landin getting better, 33%. Spain 18%. That's low. Hansen, free throw. Comes up against Entre Rios, the Barcelona playmaker and captain of the Spanish team. Mortensen back the other way again. Oh, trying to put it across, instead it's stolen by Rojas. Spain are breaking out. Quick exchange. Oh, saved by Landin. Well, it's not a happy couple of attacks for Rivera. Missed a penalty and now he's missed a fast break. 5 saves for Landin and a change on the line as well. Andreu comes in. 28-year-old relative newcomer to the Spanish team, 19 internationals. Plays for Hanover in Germany, but there because of the injured Aguinagalde. Wielbeck says, what was wrong with that? You can't just give them a free throw every time they lose the ball. Entre Rios. Into the wing, Rivera, third time lucky for him. Valero Rivera, whose father, by the same name, you'll have heard it earlier, was the Spanish coach up until the World Championships last year. So it's 9-all, 19 minutes into the game. So what will we see? Little handoff all the way through, the defense fell apart and Mortensen helps himself. First goal of the game for the 30-year-old. Rojas on the wrong side for the moment. Gurbindo is on at right back. It's a complete change from the start. There's Mortensen's goal next to the standing leg of Perez de Vargas. Oh, Entre Rios. Nicely done by the Barcelona player. So it's 10-all still. Entre Rios' first shot. And there is Rasmus Lauger Schmidt and Nudisbo, both in the squad, but Lauger not picked from the outset, and Nudisbo swapped for today's match with Eggert as Mortensen hits the back of the net again. 20 minutes played, they're back in front again, but Spain, quick throw off as ever. There it is again. He's got such a strong standing shot, and Perez just went the wrong way. And Spain who warmed up with tournament at home where they beat Egypt, Brazil and Sweden, and then a couple of wins against Sweden afterwards. The ball still in play, Denmark keep it. Worth noting though that their victory over Brazil was costly because the young Alex Dujcebaev that Cardenas hoped to take with him, he's a real rising star, the son of Talon Dujcebaev, the legendary player and coach, injured himself in that game against Brazil, hurting his right hand, and he's out for the competition. So the warm-up's costing them with Dujcebaev out for the competition. Aguinagalde with a thigh strain, still not able to reintegrate. So Hansen with a break for the moment. Bo Spelleberg has come on, it's given! 2-goal lead. Knudsen the scorer, but very quickly Spain respond. Garcia. So 1 goal it stays. Wholesale changes for Denmark, but on the line is Knudsen. There was the response to his goal though by Garcia. So Denmark's Mikael Knudsen, 35 years of age, former captain of the national team. That he went through a long spell of injuries and drifted out of the national team. He's now back to fitness and playing really well for Flensburg in Germany, and has played a great tournament. 8 goals from 9 attempts for the Danish line player. Real veteran, 231 internationals, 772 goals, the number 14 on the line. Mortensen looking for him, but Knudsen, was he blocked? No, nothing given by the referees. Fast break is on. Managed to keep it in play. Oh, off the post, but it's a penalty. Knudsen, a little shove on Guardiola. Knudsen says, no, I didn't. Let's have a quick look. Well, he's got a foot inside anyway. The referee is almost duty-bound to give the penalty. Friendly exchange between the two players. And Mogensen getting an absolute earful from Ulrich Wilbeck. So, Canellas, who's scored 6 from 6 penalties in the competition so far. No mistake. Well, Landin lifted his leg quite early. In the moment he did, it was just going down the other side. So the 27-year-old Spanish back player, formerly of Atletico Madrid until they went bust, and then now with Hamburg in Germany, makes it 3 penalties now for Spain. Could have been more, but of course Rivera missed one. So all square, 12 all. Trying to find a way through. Boris Spelleberg, number 13. New playmaker, goes through, brilliant save, but he's fouled, it's a penalty. Good play, so quick, Boris Spelleberg, the 34-year-old who plays for Colling. Now, a little shove, but also a defender standing squarely inside the area who just wraps his arms around him. And so Sierra comes back in again. Can he stop Lindberg? Touched it, but you get no prizes for touching it. Just clipped his elbow between arm and leg. 1 from 1, and relief for Lindberg, who and he scored half his penalties so far in the competition. He's normally very reliable from there. So into the centre comes Henrik Mulgaard for the Danish defence, working alongside René Toft Hansen. Into the wing, that's good play. Rojas. Makeda stands to congratulate the 31-year-old winger, Rojas, who scores. He actually plays his club handball for Colling, Copenhagen. Up against his teammate Boris Spelleberg here today. So Mogensen back in the centre. Spelleberg now shifts to the left-back position. And on the far side, Kasper Søndergaard has come on now. Oh, getting themselves into all kinds of a mess. Touched by Rojas. Not sure why he thought it was going to be his throw-in. So Mogensen. Past the 25-minute mark in the game. Knudsen goes out, comes back in again. Oh, that was gifted. Defender got a hand to it, took the sting out of the shot. It was a comfortable pick-up for Perez. Coming in quick, Entre Rios looks for options. They're not there, and Moros, the defense specialist, runs off. So back in comes Andreu in defense, number 19, and Gurbindo at right back. Garcia looking for the back pass, but Entre Rios is being individually marked by Lindberg. Into the wing, Gurbindo has to bring the ball back out again. Good defending by Denmark. Cuts back again. Looks for the shot, Garcia, but it's come off a defender, and Denmark break out. Into the line, penalty, defending inside the area. And this is when they're so dangerous, Denmark on the breakout. And Mikael Knudsen, playing his 4th European Championship, shows great experience, got ahead of 2 of the wingers trying to cover him. And so Hans Lindberg has another opportunity from 7 meters. And scores. Again, Perez commits himself a little too early. And, congratulations from Anders Eggert. So scored by Hans Lindberg, who plays for Hamburg in Germany, so up against one of his teammates here today in the club, Juan Canellas. Quite a few of them having to put Club friendships aside for the moment. Where was the defence? And again, Landin pulls off a brilliant save. Mulgore looks for options. He'll go off again. Well, it wasn't the greatest of efforts, I have to say. He just rushed it in the end. Landin came out so quickly. That's a miss by Andreu. So Landin still doing okay on 32%, but the Spaniards between them 12% save ratio. That's poor. Oh yes, penalty again. Spillebert, 34-year-old from Kolding, Copenhagen, fouled as he spun round and tried to go in. A little push in the back as well. Tried to put spin on the ball instead, but Garcia has got himself a 2-minute suspension for that push as well, as if there was any doubt about it. Lindberg for the third time. Off the post, stays out. Nudisbo looks on. Nudisbo, who ironically doesn't take penalties for Denmark normally, but took some in the games in the preliminary stages. He did say he was very surprised when Wielbeck called him over and said, "You're going to go and take it." Manage them. Look at Wielbeck calling to the referee saying, "Come on, they're wasting time here, penalise them. We're inside the last 2 minutes." Half-time beckons. Denmark just by 1 goal. Entre Rios. Passive play. Coming, it's blocked. The arm is up though for the referees, and a quick shot needed by the Spaniards, or they will lose possession. They've stopped the clock now to mop the floor. Tension high here, and Ulrik Wielbeck getting quite worked up. Wielbeck, who coached the Danish women's team until 1999 and then came back in 2005. And Denmark have won the European Championship twice, not only 2 years ago in Serbia, but also in 2008 in Norway. Oh, brilliant! Long-range shot was needed, and Canellas was there. Third for him. Standing shot. Right up in the corner. Brilliant play by the 27-year-old from Hamburg. Hansen's back on again. Oh, good save, but another penalty. The foul on Kasper Søndergaard, the 32-year-old who plays for Skjern, fouled by Guardiola as he came through. Eggert gets a huge cheer as he steps up. Will this be his first goal at Euro 2014? Faces Perez de Vargas. And he does, and the whole arena, 14,000 erupt into cheers. 1 goal lead again for Denmark, and the smile is there. He's just glad to be back. He loves his handball. Well into the last minute. And then Entre Rios keeps on looking across. And he's saying to Canellas, come into the play. Don't stand outside with the defender, Lindberg. Oh, and a 2-minute suspension now for Denmark. Some holding by Mulgore. Henrik Mulgore is off. He doesn't look too happy about it, the 29-year-old. Let's have a look there. Well, I mean, there's a lot of holding. Well, maybe an elbow going up, that's why. Hard to see. Andreu comes in place of Guardiola. 20 seconds, both teams short-handed. Spain will be back to full strength in 2 seconds and maybe waiting for that. Try and get a free throw now. Oh no, there's no defender there, but that's an attacking foul. Thomas Mogensen failed by Andreu. Few seconds maybe for Denmark. They need a quick shot. Oh yes! Mogensen on the buzzer. Well, when you need the man, call Thomas Mogensen. 16-14. Andreu tried to stop him, but the bullet had gone. That could prove crucial given how close the game is. And Mogensen, the 30-year-old who plays for Flensburg, turns to the crowd and milks it. And Wielbeck Well, he was remonstrating with him earlier. He'll be happy now. So at half-time here in Herning, Denmark 16, Spain 14. Well, what an exciting first half. 14,000 people here getting a real treat. The attack 67% succeeding for Denmark, 61 for Spain, but it's on the shooting. Denmark 72, that's very high. The Spanish goalkeepers are really suffering. 5 turnovers, though, suffered by Denmark. It's been played very fast. 3 by Spain. So top scoring, well, Canielas, Thomas and Garcia with 3 apiece for Spain. Mogensen and Hansen, 3 apiece as well for the Danes. It's really too close to call at this stage. Both of them defending superbly and having to work really hard for their goals. But a couple of times, Spain just dried up. They conceded a 3-0 for 5 minutes without scoring, and that's when Denmark seemed to take the edge. And then they caught up with them, and then again Denmark managed to edge ahead. For Denmark, it's all going down the middle at the moment. The wingers are not getting much play. 1 fast break, and of course the 3 penalties as well, although 1 missed. But 1 missed as well, though, for Spain, who scored 3 from 4, 1 quick throw off. They've missed the only fast breaks they've had, and it's mostly working down the middle and on the right wing. Nothing on the left wing at the moment, and nothing at right back. So at half-time, Denmark leads Spain 16-14 here in Herning. We'll take a short break. Join us again in just a few moments.
Doorbites 21, Juan Canielas. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Vamos todos al público. 1 minute and 15 seconds left of the first.
So welcome back to the Jyske Bank Boxing Arena in Herning. At half-time here in this Group 1, top of the table clash. Denmark lead Spain 16-14. Well, Denmark have had to wait a year to correct the affront of that huge scoreline when Spain beat them in the World Championship final last year. And at the moment, the Danes are just in front. Could have been one goal, but Mortensen scored an absolute cracking long-range effort, almost on the buzzer. And at half-time, well, it's three Spaniards who stand out for their shooting, though. Cañelas, Garcia and Thomas, 3 from 3. Hansen in the picture there is matching them with 3 from 3. Mortensen, 3 from 5. And in goal, Landin, 6 saves, important saves. But the Spanish keepers are struggling. Sierra and Perez have only made a save each. And it's at times like this that Spain probably wish that Arpad Sterbik was not injured, the Barcelona goalkeeper. He's hurt his left knee, out for the competition. Both coaches have looked very deep in thought, pacing up and down. Wilbeck and Cardenas. There's Landin, the Danish captain, 25 years of age, coming up to 100 caps. And so 14,000 people crammed into the boxing arena, waiting to see if Denmark can win. And if they can, they're really putting one foot in the semi-final already in this group. And it has been a match with two very good defenses on each side. Goals hard to come by. So we're just about ready to throw off the second half. Mats Larsen going to restart. And Knudsen on the line clearly as well. Wonderful atmosphere here in Herning, where the competition will culminate next weekend. So here we go then. Denmark throw off the second half of this Group 1 main round match. 16-14 up, and Mikael Hansen is back on again. Only played 12 minutes in the first half, scored 3 goals. As soon as he comes back on again, Ugalde comes back and marks him individually. Change on the right wing there with Lasse Svan Hansen. Starts instead, number 17 on the ball now. Mats Larsen goes to the center, still Hansen being marked like a shadow by Ugalde. And Sierra still can't get behind those shots. Kasper Søndergaard gets his first of the game. 3-goal lead for Denmark, the biggest yet. Spain also start with the same team that started the match at the beginning. Maqueda, Cañelas and Sarmiento. Maqueda brilliantly played, that's a penalty. Shooting on block, the hand over the top of the ball by Larsen. It was brilliant play, and they did exactly the same move at the beginning of the first half. Sarmiento drives in diagonally and stays in on the line and waits for the service to come back. Landin's gone off, and in comes Yannick Grimm. Grimm hasn't saved the penalty yet from 6, but played a brilliant game in their last match against the Czech Republic. Faces Rojas. Class act by Rojas. The Danish-based Spanish winger turns to celebrate. Rojas, who plays Kolding Copenhagen together with his opponent today, Bo Spelleberg. So 2-goal gap again. Larsen on the far side. Søndergaard in the center, waiting to drive in. Plays for Skjern. Oh, and that's an attacking foul on the line by Knudsen. Gives possession back to Spain. The crowd don't like it. Rojas seems to be saying, calm it down now. They're back in defense. Sarmiento himself now saying, calm it down. They don't want to fall into the trap of trying to play at the pace that Denmark is setting all the time. And Rivera comes back in on the left wing. So Garcia at left back. Sarmiento looks to go in. Still no way through now, he has. That's an attacking foul though. Guardiola turns and runs straight into two defenders. Mats Larsson all the way through. Oh, his arm taken as his shot. Free throw. There's the foul. And Lasse Van Hansen blocked while we see the foul at the other end. So Mats Mensa Larsson, 22 years of age, 23 caps, 55 goals. Having a good season with this club, Aalborg, though, 97 goals. And there's Eggert back on again. The crowd love it. Big favourite with them. One of the 10 who won gold 2 years ago in Belgrade against the host nation. And Hansen's getting a bit more breathing space now. They've left him alone. Sunagor, oof, double dribble, fumbled it. Makeda. Garcia, he's been dangerous. Oh, straight in the face of the keeper, who's completely off balance. And it's a 2-minute suspension as well for Toft Hansen. The foul on Sarmiento.
2 minutes suspension for the match number 19. Toft Hansen.
And well, it's difficult to see from this angle. We're looking on the wrong side. So Rojas steps up again. This time Landin stays in. Straight through. And it's a cool customer, 31-year-old. 10th top scorer in the Danish league, Rojas, with 85 goals for Kolding Copenhagen. So Toft Hansen an enforced break, and now they can afford to push back up, and Ugalde has gone back to Hansen. So after scoring the opening goal and getting a 3-goal lead, now Spain have hit back with 2, and they've now got a power play. Hansen's free, straight through. Brushed his defender off with a bit of help. So Sarmiento says, calm it down. Sunagor feeds the ball into him. But it was Mats Mensa Larsson who put a bit of a screen on to clear him to go through. Sarmiento, Garcia all the way through, and it's another penalty, defending inside, and Garcia. Passion is there, and the defence specialist Klaus Thomsen runs into him, catches his shirt. Well, you could say, was it 6 of one, half dozen of the other? Well, it's been given 4 minutes in. Change the penalty taker, Canielas. Oh, it doesn't work though. Ball's loose, and it's given Denmark's way. I thought Garcia got down there quickest. Sporting pat on the back, but Landin, brilliant. And the play feel now, well, maybe we should have got Rojas back. Too late to change your minds. And he's giving them an absolutely miserable day. Landin looks up and sees that despite being short-handed, they've still managed to hang on to that 2-goal lead for the time being. Interesting, there was a time when the Danish team were almost entirely expats playing in Germany or Spain, France. These days, half the team are home-based in Denmark. Recession's played its part, of course, but the Danish league now very strong, attracting players itself now from all over Europe. Nice power, that'll do. Sunagor, goal number 2. And they're back to full strength again. They've weathered that suspension really well. Scored a goal against a run of play. That's going to be a free throw. Guardiola fouled on the line by his counterpart Knudsen. There's the feed, Hansen, with the defender hanging on to him, but managed to release the ball into the Skjern right back. So change on the line. Guardiola's called off. The Danish fans in good voice. They lead by 3, and Andreu comes back in. Relative newcomer, 19 internationals for Spain. He plays in Germany for Hanover. Looks for, lovely pass to Garcia, but Andreu fouled. He gets a free throw. Sven Hansen thought he had him covered. But what a sublime pass by Garcia. Long range shot, well covered this time. And it was Mats Mensah Larsen who got there first, and now he's bringing the ball up. Knudsen looks around, they're making the substitutions now. There's the save. Good play by Niklas Landin. 8th save for the Danish captain. Well, every goal they're having to fight for. 33% save rate for Landin, still the Spaniards struggle. That's Mensah looking for the line. That was lucky because it went absolutely nowhere, but instead, Eggert gets it. He scores his second goal, his first from open play. The man is back. Makeda crashes into Klaus Thompson. Look at the spin on that. That's class. Wilbeck, short punch. Keep it tight and tidy. So, quick break in play though. That's not great news as Makeda's receiving treatment to his nose. 25-year-old who plays in France for Nantes. One of the world champions from last year, and a team timeout called by Manolo Cardenas. That's his second he's used now. He's got one more he can use. So they've varied between a 6-0, which is what Spain used most, and where they've been really, really effective. They're very tight, they're a cohesive unit, they work together very well, plug the gaps. But today, with the likes of Mikkel Hansen in front of them, not unsurprisingly, they're pushed up and played a 5-0-1 at times, sometimes a 5-1, as we see some of the rather specialized taping on fingers. And Landin, well, the captain, started slowly, but he's really building up. So Wilbeck, at his last major competition with the Danish team. 2 European championships they've won. They took silver at the World Championships in 2011, losing to France in the final after extra time, and then lost the final 2 years later, as we mentioned earlier, in Barcelona. That was last year, to Spain. Andreu, well, he did well to leave him alone, but Landin covers him, and another save by the Danish captain. Mats Mensah Larsen all the way through. Attacking foul, ran straight into Makeda. He's still down injured as they play on. Andreu scores. But still, Mats Mensah Larsen is down. And Landin looks to the referee, Dusan Stojkovic, as if to say, well, that was a bit hard. Let's have a look and see. Well, Makeda, in fairness, just jumped straight up vertically. He put his hand across, though, caught his arm, but they'll say, well, yeah, but you were running straight into him. Tight call by the Serbian referees. He's up, he's okay, and Eggert, just to make sure he is, gives a good punch in his shoulder. That'll check it. So Andreu is scoring his first from 3. So the 4-goal lead just pegged back a little. 4-2 to Denmark in this second half. Søndergaard, Hansen in the middle without his marker now, and Larsen off target again. Looking to the line, well taken, and really nicely finished, and Cardenas loves that. Rivera, the son of the former coach of the Spanish team, works it on the wrist. Look at that. Little spin, flicks his wrist over and almost brings it underneath to put it over the shoulder of Landin. 4-goal leads down to 2 now. Hansen suddenly races for the gap. Sunagor! And Perez is coming to goal now for Sierra. Gets his body in front. Into the line. Sarmiento into the wing, and that's an attacking foul. Sarmiento ran straight into the defender. Hansen comes back, looks for options, but the Spaniards, as ever, back in defence very quickly. Denmark, of course, he qualified automatically as host and defending champions, getting on 2 counts. Spain had to go through qualifiers. They were in Group 1, finished top of their group, won all their matches against Macedonia, Portugal and Switzerland. Good save, but that's a penalty, the foul on Mats Larsson, and a 2-minute suspension as well. Nedad Nikolic points straight to the 7-meter. Is it Makeda? Well, I mean, that's harsh as well. He seemed to be bowled over. He's got a bit of a case, maybe, but they won't change their minds. But he was standing his ground and got shoulder barged. Well, it's of no consequence to the Danes. Eggert steps up again. Ah, so cool. 3rd goal of the game, 2nd penalty. A little bit of spin on it just to be sure. Nice play by Anders Eggert, who's the 5th top scorer in the German Bundesliga, where he plays for Flensburg. And there's Hans Lindberg, who missed one earlier, and has given Eggert his chance now to step up. 4 penalties scored by Denmark, 5 by Spain so far. Entre Rios, the captain, is on. Garcia to his left, but they are short-handed. Trying to get space on the line. Guardiola is there. Oh, nothing given. Entre Rios thought that was defending inside the area. Well, they'll always think there's something when they Landin puts the ball back in play. And Denmark will try and spread the defence and pull it as wide as they can as Moros, the defence specialist from Barcelona, steps back in again. One of the most experienced players with 120 internationals. He's in the middle, trying to hold things together. Hansen. Well, Sunagor, he gets a free throw, but why didn't he give the ball to Svan Hansen? There, he had to release it. Garcia was there, but if it had bounced immediately before he went in, he'd have been all right. That's brilliant. Knudsen. Wonderful pass into him by Mikkel Hansen. And the suspension has proved costly for Spain. Four-goal lead restored now for Denmark. Knudsen with 2 from 2. Just 10 seconds before they're back to full strength, Spain. But they can't wait. Sarmiento. Entre Rios at the back. They're looking for the free throw at the moment until, there you go, they are back to full strength, so that's okay. Get the free throw, and the Rivera has moved into the wing. 11 minutes played. Quick shot taken, but it comes to nothing. Landin again. .11 saves for the Danish captain. 39% save rate. Going very well indeed. Sunagor, Hansen. Hansen looking for the line, but couldn't get it through. And Toft Hansen somehow retrieves it. Unfairly, say the referees, and Spain have possession. Makeda under pressure, the ball's still loose. And Garcia throwing himself headlong onto the ball. Just managed to keep it in play. Now they're going to change him. Antonio Garcia goes off. Wilbeck still anxiously pacing the bench. It's never over till it's over. And so Carlos Ruesca comes in, number 25, plays for Veszprém in Hungary. 28-year-old who's only had 6 minutes of play. So Cadenas now throwing everything in, trying different combinations. Ruesca, who's played 57 times for Spain, 121 internationals, and there is Sierra, not had a happy time so far in the game, 1 save from 14. So Ruesca, can he come alive? Oh, well, his first pass, a rather wayward one behind Makeda. They've kept it in, though. Makeda. Entre Rios. He's brought down Raúl Entre Rios, who wasn't picked for the team last year at the World Championships. His brother Alberto went. Left back who plays for Nantes, but Raúl not picked this year. He's not only back in the Spanish team, but he's the captain. And right now he's on the floor. So Makeda, well, appears to be having a little bit of a tete-a-tete with Manolo Cadenas, trying to rearrange things, and Gurbindo has now gone in on the right back position. So change at the back. Toft Hansen staying in the middle, passive play being worn. Oh, and Rojas scores. Well, the Spanish fans still have something to cheer. 4th goal for Rojas. Still, though, Denmark lead by 3. Thompson goes off, and Mats Mensah Larsen back into the attack. Here it is again. And Landin could have done with being a little bit further forwards. Second line play goes in. Svan Hansen flattens the defence, and Perez de Vargas went completely the wrong way as Hansen scores his 5th goal. Top scores for the Danes now, and the 4-goal lead restored. Entre Rios looks for options, but there's substitutions happening around him. He didn't realise. Looked for the line player, and he was gone. Here it is again. Not a hard shot, it's just where you place it. He saw Perez going off to the far post and switched back. Andreu on the line. Rojas has gone there, good play. Oh, what a shame. Oh, Rojas again. Nothing. Denmark come away with it. Rojas went inside to take the defender and allow the overlap. It was a nice little play by Spain, but the finishing wasn't there. Gurbindo misses. So goalkeeper efficiency 39% for Denmark, 8% for Spain. Well, where is Sterbik when you need him? Hansen, that's more like it, but that said, it was straight down the middle. Perez will have a nice bruised stomach in the morning. Entre Rios. Gurbindo tries to check himself. Entre Rios has got a free throw in the meantime. Confirmation in the hall that it's a packed arena. We kind of knew it. It looks fantastic. Ruesca. Entre Rios. Oh, yes. Again, not hard. Well placed. 32-year-old Barcelona back player. And he just saw Landin shift a little bit to one side. And so Bo Spellebert comes back on again. So rest for Mats Mensah Larsen as the veteran Spellebert is on. Oh, brilliant. Arm up, and then he brought it down, shot around the defender. Perez wouldn't have seen that come till the last second, and a very quick response. Entre Rios scores. He's doing the captain's job, but he sent Toft Hansen flying. Well, he wasn't standing still, Toft Hansen, so he couldn't claim that was an attacking foul. But look at this. Brings it down, shoots around head height of the defender in front of him to open up a bigger angle to the right. Real class act. We're just past the midway point. There was a response, though, from the Spanish captain. And Ulrich Wilbeck remonstrating with the referees, and it's just resulted in him getting a yellow card as well. 6 goals then for Hansen. And Trerios is on 3. Oh, bit of a fumble by Spelleberg. Spelleberg looking for the line. It's cut out though, and Trerios looks for support. Rivera is there. He's got Rojas to the right. Rivera, but that wasn't the right way. Moros tries to spread it to the right. In the end, Spain decide to just break down the attack and start again. There's a chance for the substitutions to happen. For Spelleberg not being used in defence. Thompson goes in. Defence specialist for Denmark. Loose ball. Just too far ahead. Denmark again. Thompson stays with the attack for the moment and scores. Second goal of the game for the 27-year-old from Team Twist Holstebro. Well, he may be a defence specialist for Denmark, but he's shown twice now that when he's faced with the situation, he's cool and collected. 4-goal lead again for Denmark. Penalty. Andreu fouled as he went to shoot. And the save by Landin comes to nothing. And Trerios, the provider, defending inside the area. And even though Thompson let go, he was inside the area and he had impeded him. So Rojas steps up for the 3rd time to take a penalty. And Wilbeck having a word at the table, and Nenad Nikolic comes over for a word with him. Rojas! Goalkeeper ball. Off the post. Well, 3 penalty misses now for Spain. So uncharacteristic. Rojas and Thomas, normally utterly reliable, and Cañelas as well, 6 from 6. But today it's just not working for them. Cañelas has missed, Rivera has missed, and now Rojas has missed. So the gap stays 4, 12 minutes to go. Cutting back inside, yes! Kasper Søndergaard, goal number 3. And Trerios, well, he doesn't look too happy. Here's the goal, meanwhile. Seemed to be a little slap in the face by Moros as he went around. Didn't seem to bother Søndergaard too much. He scores his 3rd goal. Meanwhile, Denmark have held things up at the other end. Now the fans looking happier and happier by the minute. 6-goal lead. A 5-goal lead even. Shot efficiency actually still high for Spain at 60%. Not bad. Denmark at 74, then that's another penalty. All the defenders inside the area trying to hold up Andreu. It's not easy, he weighs 113 kilos. He's a big man. Hansen was in there, Toft Hansen, and even Knudsen tried to help. I think every one of them had a foot in the area, and René Toft Hansen's paid with a suspension. 2 minutes for him. So 3 penalties missed so far. Who's going to step up? Thomas. And saved as well. 4 missed penalties. Even Gren, the other goalkeeper, is on his feet. Beautifully read by the captain. Well, all the regulars, Rojas, Thomas, Cañelas and Rivera, have missed. And they still trail by 5. Denmark short-handed, glad to have possession about, as are 14,000 other fans here in the Jyske Bank Boxen. Cut back inside. Oh, goalkeeper went the wrong way as Søndergaard shot, but he's got a free throw. Little shove on him by Trerios. Svan Hansen goes in on the line. Hansen, meanwhile, is being individually marked. Mats Larsen has rejoined the attack. Hansen tries to get away. Thomas is holding him up. It's another free throw. Well, as long as he gets the attention, it creates a little bit of space for his teammates, but they need to be out and help him. Came off a defender. That'll be a throw-in from the corner. So we're coming up to 10 minutes remaining, and Denmark lead by 5. It's been a real battle here in Herning. But Denmark, well, they obviously want the points in this competition, but they're also on a mission. Too many steps, though, by Hansen. They're on a mission because they've been waiting 1 year to play Spain again and show them what's what. So, change. Guardiola goes off again. And Moros, the defense specialists, are off. And Andreu and Ruesca back on. Ruesca hasn't managed to make his mark on the game yet. Entre Rios, there's no space on the wing. Wing to wing. And another save. And Hansen picks it up. Thomas is down, though. And Landin rising to the occasion yet again. Save 15. Shot and fell awkwardly to his side, Thomas. Great play by the 25-year-old. He used to play for Bjerringbro. Now in Germany for Rhein-Neckar Löwen. Thomas is up, seems fine. And Hansen comes over for a quiet word with him. The two, of course, were teammates at Barcelona, where Hansen played for a while. In fact, 5 of the Spanish players come from Barcelona. They will know him only too well. So Spelleberg in the middle. Søndergaard at right back. Hansen being individually marked, and again, Svan Hansen's gone in on the line. Søndergaard, ball's loose. Picked up by Spain this time. Moros puts it up court. Entre Rios to Rivera. Entre Rios cuts back to find space. He's got it. Brilliant play. 4th goal for the Spanish captain. And not much that Landin could do about that. 4 from 5. And Entre Rios playing his 3rd European Championship. A lot of experience there. So Eggert comes out to help because of the 5-0-1 defense on Hansen. Eggert now goes in on the line. The move from this side rather selflessly gives the ball across, and unfortunately it's not put away by Svan Hansen. Chance missed. Eggert had too much momentum going towards the wing to be able to check himself and turn, and the referee needs to get the ball clean. A little bit of the bunting has got stuck to it. So goalkeeping problems aside, Denmark are scoring with a 68% efficiency. Both teams have shot exactly 38 times in this game, while Spain are on a 58% efficiency. It's come down to not very much in the end, but both teams defending very, very hard, but bit by bit, the Danes edging ahead and then keeping the momentum. Ruesca. Makeda picked up by Landin. And always got to know about that. Oof, in his face. You don't want Makeda shooting in your face. The doctors come on straight away. Not sure he knew too much about it, Landin. Oof. And with some of the shots going through at 100 kilometers an hour, if you pick one of those up, you're going to hear bells ringing for a while. So is he going to carry on? I think you'll be hard-pressed to take him out. Now Green smiles, but maybe wondering if his moment had come, the Bjerringbro goalkeeper, but not yet. Niklas Landin, the captain, is going to do the job to the bitter end. 42% save rate. The Spaniards, well, I've said it before, I guess wishing now that Arpad Sterbik hadn't been injured. Oh, through the legs of the keeper. Søndergaard. Five-goal lead, and the Spaniards struggling to close it, and Ruesca's first shot of the game And it's saved straight down the middle, but Landin managed to get his hands to it. Could have been another face job otherwise. Meanwhile, that's Sunagor underneath Perez de Vargas. So Landin, who led his team to gold in the European Championships 2 years ago. He wasn't in the team back in 2008 when they won it the first time round. So still Hansen just staying out of the way with Thomas marking him and letting the other players try and do the damage. Looking for the line, that was a poor pass. Back comes Spain, Moros pushing up. Should have released it to Rivera a little earlier, but he gives it to Thomas instead. And again, Landin milks the applause from 14,000 spectators. Thank you very much. Are you counting? I think they are. Save 18. A huge angle for Thomas, who's been scoring at a 75% success rate. But today, no match for Landin, who's in blistering form. Sunagor getting roughed up a little bit. And the crowd cheering on, they're on their feet already. And a Danish team timeout called by Ulrik Wilbæk. He may as well, because he's got 2 left. You're allowed to use 1 in each half, and 1's a floater, but you can't use 2 in the last 5 minutes. And we're nearly there. Gives his team a bit of a breather. Landin, as you can see in the background, has stayed out of the huddle. He just wants to stay focused on his job. He's not worried about the tactics just now. Well, the front of Barcelona appears to be wiped away here. Denmark showing what it's like when they do switch their brains on and get going, because last year there was no doubt that that was just not the Denmark we know. No one could explain what went wrong. It was an aberration. Danish TV commentators said we just didn't know what to say anymore, because time and again it was the same situation. Denmark scored only with a 40% success rate. Stervik terrorized them in goal. Today it's the other way around. It's Niklas Landin with 18 saves who's terrorizing the Spaniards. Not only that, but 4 penalty saves in the process as well. He's disgusted them. Hansen's moved across now. He's taken Thomas for a walk. Sunagor all the way through. Oh, that's a good save though, Sierra. It'll stay with the Danish team though. Sunagor waits in the middle. Sven Hansen's come a long way out to help as well if needed, because the right back's covered. Turns back inside. Sunagor tries to cut to the middle. Yes! Brilliant, Knudsen. Lovely pass by Kasper Sunagor. Great demonstration of his experience. 131 international Sunagor, 290 goals. And he can also set them up. Knudsen 3 from 3. 6-goal lead with 5 minutes remaining. Well, finally Thomas finds the back of the net. 4th goal for him, 2 from open play and 2 penalties, but there the goal at the other end, and that was beautifully worked to beat Perez de Vargas. And then the reaction from Spain. Into the line, he's through again. Knudsen. Long range shot, that's nice. Good, powerful long range effort by Garcia, who's just come back on again. Scores his 4th goal, replacing Ruesca, who just hasn't settled into the game at all. But it is hard when you're barely used in the competition and suddenly get thrown into this cauldron with Denmark with the tails up. Danes happy to wind it down here. 3.5 minutes remaining and they're still leading by 5. Making Spain do all the work and all the chasing. Søndergaard, Hansen's got away from Thomas. Feeds the ball into the line, the ball's loose. Landin gets it. And props himself up to let Thomas out. But not before the Danes have got there and score beautifully. Lasse Svan Hansen. Quick play. And once more, Søndergaard, the provider. And the Flensburg winger finishes the job off. Celebrations on the bench as well. Mortensen up on his feet. 3 minutes to go. And it's in the bag for Denmark. Job done. Maximum points in Group 1, and Toft Hansen dismissively picks the ball out of the air that was destined for André. Not only have they almost put a foot in the semi-final, but they've wiped the slate clean with last year. The crowd are on their feet here in the Jyske Bank Boxing Arena in Herning. And they'll be hoping that Denmark will be here next Sunday in the final. Blocked this time by Garcia. Spain break out. Into the line. Well done, Moros. Normally a back player, hadn't got time to change from defence.
2 minutes left. Spain goal line number 24 behind.
And it's his first goal of the competition. Moros has been used exclusively in defence. So only really gets to go up court on fast breaks. And we're into the last 2 minutes. Hansen's being left alone now. There's really no point in wasting the energy of the winger. Spain have to now focus on their next match, which will be against Austria in 2 days' time, while Denmark will play Hungary. Garcia is free and scores. Well played as Guardiola looked across and saw Garcia in a better position, drops it under the keeper. 5 from 6 for the Paris Saint-Germain left back, and Denmark now in cruise mode. Shot efficiency 67% for Denmark, 58. Not bad for Spain. Søndergaard, oh dear. It's just not Perez's day. 5th goal for Søndergaard. And a quick response at the other end. Spain score inside the last minute. Courtesy of Ugalde. There's a 2-minute suspension as well for Anders Eggert.
And 2 minutes suspension.
It'll be of little consequence as the match is all but over. 41 seconds. Hansen's coming over and having a word with Dusan Stojkovic, the Serbian referee, as if to say, well, what exactly was that for? Well, you know, it's Hansen who's been suspended. I thought it was Eggert. So he doesn't seem unduly concerned. So they brought back Mats Mensa Larsen. Toft Hansen high-fiving the bench now. They know the points are in the bag. Job done for Denmark then. Søndergaard. Oh, gave it away, he ran out of options. Ugalde's got the loose ball. Moros dummies the pass and shoots. Well, 2 goals late on in the game for the defender. And not much that Landin could do about that. And there it is. Job done. Denmark have beaten Spain 31-28 in this top-of-the-table clash. Barcelona is out of their minds. They got it out of their system. Now they can focus on the rest of the European Championship. The whole nation was waiting for this game. Denmark have made their point, and Ulrik Wilbek has shown that's how it should have been. For the Danes now, it's the European Championship. They want their 3rd title. Well, it was brilliant defending by both teams, in fairness. But the poor Spanish goalkeepers, between them, managing just 7 saves from 38 shots. Well, Spain took 46 shots at Landin, but he saved 18 of them. 40% save rate for him, 18% for the combined Spanish keepers. Landin doing a captain's job today. Man of the match awards now. Maybe Landin. For Spain, maybe Garcia. So we're just waiting for the awards to be made. Spain thank the crowd, and they are, of course, by no means out of this. They are still in second place in the table and have every chance of going through, the top 2 in each group. And Landin had to be 18 saves by the Danish captain, 4 penalties included. And so a little icing on the cake at the end of a day when Denmark have made their point and beaten the world champions 31-28. 14,000 spectators on their feet cheering the team and Landin. Well, it's the captain who gets it, Raúl Entre Rios. He did come on when they were in trouble and scored a couple of quick goals to get them back into the frame again, but the problem is by then Denmark were on a run and he just couldn't stem it. So Entre Rios, who missed the World Championships last year, still hopes to lead his team to the European Championships here in Denmark, but not if Hansen and his teammates have anything to say about it. Well, the crowd won't let them go too easily now. The Danes thank their supporters. It's been a fantastic atmosphere. It's been so long since Denmark has hosted a men's competition. They've had a fair few women's competition. So the time when their women's team were the preeminent nation, winning world, European and Olympic titles galore. But now the men are taking their turn here on home soil and enjoying every last minute, and so they should. Hansen, 6 goals, top scoring for the Danes. Landin, of course, with 18 saves. Well, they've gone to every side of the arena. And the noise is deafening here in the Jyske Bank Boxing Arena. So tomorrow it'll be the turn of Group 2 in the main round to get underway in Aarhus. But today it's been a grand day for Danish handball. Denmark are back on top of the world as far as they're concerned tonight, having beaten the world champions. Well, the Spaniards still have something to cheer about. They're most determined fans. They've been at every match. So let's have a look then at the statistics and the attacks. 64% success rate on the field throws for Denmark, 61 to Spain, and the attacks 56-53%. That's the difference. But 14 turnovers Denmark suffered and still hung on. 7 for Spain and 5 fast breaks for Spain. A lot of them coming though late as Denmark were cruising. 4 2-minute suspension for Denmark, 2 to Spain. So top scorer was Hansen with 6 for Denmark, while Garcia was the best of the Spaniards with 5. A score equalled by Kasper Søndergaard. And the world champions now need to make sure they don't slip up again. And a patchy performance then in the second half, where they kept on going through spells of not scoring 2 or 3 goals at a time. Denmark just edged it ahead until they had a 6-goal lead and then just cruised it out. A lot going down the middle. 4 penalties going in from 5, 2 fast breaks. And then on the wings, well, just 1 on each wing at this point. 4 from 6 on the right back position. That was coming better. While for Spain, nothing on the left-hand side. 0 from 1, and the right back position fairly quiet. Again, down the middle. Quick throw off, so getting them 3 goals, which is good, and 5 fast breaks. But all that just means that Denmark finished top. This is the ratios And Denmark outperforming the Spaniards, except in the last 10 minutes when the Danes were just easing up. And so the net result of today's result means that Denmark are top of the group with maximum points, 6 points for them. Spain stay on 4 points, but are still potentially on target to go to the semi-final. Iceland and Hungary on 3 points apiece. Then Macedonia and Austria. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you can join us again soon. But for now, from me, Paul Bray, goodbye.
Number 7, Anders.
vi mangler, Lars. Kom med.